The 2024 Phoenix Rising season is presented by Equality Health. We're in Phoenix for match day number 5, presented by Equality Health. It's Phoenix Rising FC against Colorado Springs Switchbacks here at 38th and Washington. Want to welcome you in this evening. Killian McClatchy here, my partner Joe Lowry. And Joe, these are two teams trying to find their way. Phoenix thinks they might have found their scoring stretch. Colorado Springs still trying to find it.
Yeah, Colorado Springs, the only team in the USL Championship coming into this weekend without a point. Phoenix Rising will be hoping to keep it that way with a good performance tonight.
They're going to certainly try and pick up a result for Colorado Springs. For Phoenix, though, we're going to give you the players to watch tonight. We're going to start with them, the host. It's the guy who had the brace last week against FC Tulsa, Remy Cabral. Really a breakout match for him.
Yeah, Remy Cabral was excellent away to Tulsa over the weekend. 2 goals, streaking in behind the Tulsa backline, finding space in the box. A great finish on that strike.
This is what they brought Remy Cabral in to do. That is score from Colorado Rapids 2 in the MLS Next Pro, the co-Golden Boot winner from a year ago. Over on the other side, though, it's kind of the cog in the midfield for this Colorado Springs team. It's Devin Speedy Williams.
Speedy Williams, a veteran formerly of Louisville City in the USL Championship, now suiting up for Colorado Springs. 35 caps with Jamaica. He'll be the number 6 tonight, roaming from side to side. He's got a great right foot on him, too.
Expect to hear his name a lot with the ball at his feet this evening. Well, Switchbacks looking for their first result of the year. Phoenix looking to try and pick up win number 2. We got starting lineups and kickoff coming up next from Phoenix.
There's satisfaction in sacrifice, in spilling blood, sweat, and tears, in knowing that you left it all on the floor and never threw in the towel. Well, except to clean up the mess. Giving it all for your team is worth every drop. Modelo, brewed for fans with a fighting spirit.
Huh. How long have you been tracking our car's value with Carvana?
Just like 7 months.
Should we sell it?
We hold.
Hold.
Silver vans are going for more right now. Should we?
Our low mileage is paying off. You think we should?
Hold.
Depreciation's really heating up. You think?
Hold.
We just did 2.5%.
Hold. Now.
I'm on it.
Already sold to Carvana.
Go to Carvana and track your car's value today.
Your health shouldn't depend on where you live, which language you speak, or the size of your paycheck. Everyone deserves access to high-quality care for a healthy life. At Equality Health, we partner with primary care providers to break down barriers to care and build healthy communities. Better health for all, the real game-winning goal. Equality Health is the season-presenting sponsor of the Phoenix Rising and proud sponsor of the Rising Community Soccer Clinics.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Equality Health, by Carvana, and by Northern Arizona University. Welcome back to Phoenix. Match number 5 in the USL Championship as Phoenix Rising coming in at 1-2-1. Play host to Colorado Springs Switchbacks at 0-4-0. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry here. And Joe, we're going to give you the starting lineups here for tonight. Starting off with the visitors from Colorado Springs. Here's the shape that we're expecting to see from them tonight.
James Chambers most likely rocking with a 4-3-3 tonight. We'll see Juan Tejada, number 27 there, leading the line. A versatile player, can play off the right or the left as well. Another player to watch, Yosuke Hanya over on the left wing. Crafty with that right foot, was excellent in MLS Next Pro last season with Colorado.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about him as the match gets going on. in that 4-3-3 for Colorado Springs. Here's what the hosts have, and Danny Stone coming out for another home match here at 38th and Washington.
4 changes tonight from Phoenix Rising manager Danny Stone, and killing a shift to a back 4. This is the first time we're seeing it from the jump this season. Watch for Mo Traore and Lawrence Wyke as the outside backs. Traore likely to push a little bit higher on the left than Wyke on the right side. Julio Doratioto back in central midfield. And every player in that attacking midfield band of 3, Darius Formella, Fede Varela, and Gabby Torres, not in the lineup last weekend away to FC Tulsa.
So the big thing, you mentioned it, that back 4, we've seen 3 all year long. John Stenberg finally came back last week, really got some time. What are kind of the big changes you're expecting to see from the 4 instead of the typical 3?
Yeah, it's going to look different, maybe less so in build-up where we often see the center back split wide. In the back 3, one of the outside center backs, either the right or the left, will push high to almost become a fullback in a pseudo back 4 in build-up ordinarily. Tonight with the straight-up back 4, it's going to look a lot of the same in build-up, but different as they push higher up the field. I'm guessing we will see at times Renzo Zambrano drop in to form that temporary back 3. But the shape of this team and how they position their outside backs, no Rito, no Azokar tonight in the starting 11, how they position those players is going to look a lot different.
Another big name on that right there, down there on the bench, Alejandro Fuenmayor, starting to make his way back after that off-season surgery. So it'll be yet another body to throw into that defense room.
We talk about how difficult it is. It's a good problem to have, but how difficult it is to find minutes for all of the starting quality center backs in this Rising team. Danny Stone's solution tonight, Killian, play 4 of them. If you can play 4 center backs at a time, why not give it a try? Rising at a much different look tonight. We have not seen them go with a back 4 in quite some time.
Yeah, now it is time for the Spooner availability report. As you can see, the only man out tonight due to injury is Ryan Flood, as also out this evening, Hemi Quaisho, who picked up that red card last week against FC Tulsa, suspended for this week following that red card. So the 2 of them will be unavailable this evening for Danny Stone and his Phoenix Rising side. Another beautiful night in the Valley of the Sun. A little breezy, not as bad as we've had in the previous weeks here at 38th and Washington. As you see the smoke being let off from the Banditos. We are just about ready to go. The hosts donning the all-red kits with the gold trim and gold numbers. Colorado Springs with the black and light blue as we are underway for match 5 between these 2 clubs. So Joseph, you go back and you look at the previous results for these 2. We said Phoenix, that 3-3 draw against FC Tulsa. They gave up a goal 53 seconds in. It's the fastest goal scored in the league this year. Ended up coming away, got a couple penalties in that big brace from Remy Cabral.
Yeah, a difficult game for Rising on the road. It's never easy in the USL Championship or anywhere around the world to go on the road and pick up 1 point. Phoenix Rising got the job done. They didn't do it in glamorous fashion. They needed 2 penalty kicks. They allowed 2 goals off of set pieces. That was a big area of focus for Danny Stone in this week of training.
That one chested out by Cabral. Left-footed shot just wide of goal. Nice little look there from Gabby Torres to try to get things going as it's time for everybody's favorite part of the evening. It's Lowry's Lowdown.
Hey, now we're talking. For Phoenix Rising tonight, a major key after, again, away to Tulsa. They struggled to find rhythm in possession. We saw the same thing when they went on the road to Monterey Bay earlier this year. It's a different shape tonight, yes, but a lot of the principles for this Phoenix Rising team will remain the same. Clean, crisp passing will be important tonight. And for Colorado Springs, they've had a lot of possession in stretches this year. They've had a ton of passes in the final third so far this season. They're averaging 130 passes in the final third per game. That's the most in the league by 29 passes, Killian. And yet only 1 goal for them, and 0 goals in open play. It was a set-piece strike for Colorado Springs earlier this season from Matt Mahoney. That's their only goal so far this year. They're going to have the ball 4 stretches tonight. Phoenix Rising, we expect, will have the lion's share of the possession. But when Colorado Springs keep the ball, they've had looks. They've got to turn that into more chances tonight on the road.
Kind of in line with that, you mentioned those goals. Just the one, a 2-0 defeat to Sacramento Republic a week ago for Colorado Springs. This is a club, only 8 total shots on goal. That's 2 per game so far. That's just not going to cut it.
No, the finishing hasn't been there, and we don't see Ronaldo Damas in the lineup from James Chambers tonight in his first year as manager here in Colorado Springs. It's a bit of a different look from this Colorado Springs side. We've seen them go from a 4-3-3 in the first couple of games to more of a back three. And so far, it's early days, but that is what we are seeing tonight with Duke Lacroix sitting deeper as that left-sided center back, Koa Santos, right wing back, pushing up on that right side. It's a back three for Colorado Springs, and for Rising, Killian, we are seeing this 4-2-3-1 shape. It's not a look that we've seen a lot from Rising so far this season, but you've got Formella out on the left side. He'll be crashing in as that secondary runner as play progresses down the right.
We'll see as we start to get more into this match, see if that kind of morphs into something a little different as a shove from behind, and they're going to say no foul from our official as Yosuke Hanya tried to draw a whistle and a set-piece opportunity early in this one as Rios Nova and Colorado Springs applying a little bit of pressure inside the 18, just getting it away. Sending it forward. Torres into the middle.
That's good play from Phoenix Rising, breaking out, shifting play from right to left.
Cabral in a foot race to get down to it. He's able to keep it in. Little touch, gets around him. What a nifty move from Cabral right down the goal line, chipped in and deflected off, but it will be a flag up. Remy Cabral.
Playing with confidence right now, Killian. Remy Cabral bags and breaks his first 2 goals of the season last weekend against FC Tulsa, taking Duke Lacroix out there with a nice little touch on the end line. One thing we didn't see in that play, though, a crashing runner. Formella playing on the left side, a guy who could play through the middle, a guy who could play a little bit wider, still trying to find his rhythm. He gets on the score sheet last weekend as well via a penalty kick. Doesn't crash the box there as Cabral breaks him behind, and he will early and often tonight. Who crashes in the box is going to be key.
You kind of saw it from Cabral as well, telling his other guys, hey, give me somebody in there to help me out. An early opportunity as Julio Doratiotto goes in a little heavy. And it looks like he's going to pick up a yellow card straight away. Julio doesn't necessarily agree with it.
It's hard to argue with that call. Sometimes early in the game, referees will be lenient with those kinds of decisions. Doratiotto's just late there on Juan Tejada. That's a good call from the referee.
Julio, we saw him make his debut a few weeks back. The young stars in this league rising up out of the Juventus system.
Rising up.
It was unintentional, but I liked how you caught that.
Doratiotto not especially sharp through the first few minutes tonight, and that's been a little bit of a theme for him. Danny Stone was asked about Julio's first start of the season, called it solid. And I think a lot of respects against Tulsa, that did describe Doratiotto in central midfield. Such a young player. You mentioned him coming over from the Juventus system. Still just 19 years old. This is a guy who's going to take a little bit of time to get settled in. He's still trying to refine his game on the ball. You look at him, though, and you see his frame. He can cover a ton of ground in between the boxes. How his on-ball game develops over time is something to watch.
Owen Herman down at his feet, being surrounded by red kits and cleared away off the edge of the 18 by Phoenix.
We don't see it there with Remy Cabral and Wahab Akwe. But that battle, the center back for Colorado Springs, Akwe, and Remy Cabral playing the 9 spot for Phoenix Rising tonight. Cabral's game, so much of it is slashing in behind the back line. Colorado Springs have someone in that dedicated spot to deal with Cabral's movement in behind. Who gets the better of that matchup could play an outsized role in deciding tonight's game.
Quick throw in being taken from Phoenix as Cabral heads it, but misplays it just a tad as Colorado Springs will get to reset it here as Mahoney will take it at his feet. Herman looking for Hanya. Long ball, and that played well out as to say Yosuke Hanya's name for the first time. The Japanese native comes from Colorado Rapids too, and this is something that you don't see very often in one match. But you got 2 of the best 11 from the MLS Next Pro a year ago, 2 of the best in the league. Guys that combined for nearly 25 goals, or 35, excuse me, 35 goals last year for one team going up against each other in Hanya and Remy Cabral.
Yeah, don't shortchange Yosuke Hanya and Remy Cabral there, Killian. Those 2 were fierce for Colorado Rapids 2 and Next Pro last season. That's a trend we're seeing more and more. MLS Next Pro is still a young 3rd Division league. USL Championship teams going out and finding talent. Finding talent from USL League One, of course, 3rd Division league operated by the USL, and then also looking to MLS Next Pro and other sources to go out there and find talent.
There's Traore on the near side. Crossed in, back behind, left-footed shot just behind, though. A great opportunity right at the edge of the 6. But Varela couldn't slot that one home.
It's a good ball into the box from Mo Traore. Someone who really settled into not necessarily a left outside back role as last season wore on, but a left-sided center back role, where he would have someone push higher up on that left side. Now Traore is playing as that left outside back tonight. It's a role he knows. He's played it with LAFC and the LAFC system in the past. He's done the same here in Phoenix, just not this season. He's got a great left foot, Mo Traore. Look for more of those out-swinging balls into the box.
Varela has to wait up for it, and he'll get to it. Right foot looking for Cabral, but it can't get through as it's knocked down by Akwe.
Phoenix Rising looking fairly comfortable early on, in a different shape so far tonight. Also without their number 10. Yes, you'll see a number 10 out on the field, but Panos Ramanakis on the bench to start the match tonight. Phoenix Rising's most dangerous chance creator. Not in Danny Stone's starting 11, no knock. It is a coach's decision, and a big one from Danny Stone.
You have to imagine we'll see Ramanakis at some point in this match, though, possibly giving him a chance to get some fresh legs and be a spark in the second half, maybe.
Yeah, and Panos Ramanakis, whenever he's on the field, is going to be a threat. Having someone like that to bring off of your bench at some point in this game is something that, really no other team in the USL Championship can say. Panos was excellent in 2023 and has been sharp to start this year as well.
Akwe plays it down to Speedy Williams. One of the better names in the USL Championship this season, you gotta say.
No doubt.
Here's Tejada, a little bit of room. An off little 1-2 is Santos well too far out. It'll be a throw in. Remember, the USL on CBS Networks continues here in April. Mark your calendar, Saturday, April 27th, as Tampa Bay Rowdies clash with New Mexico United at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network.
Killian, we're coming off of that Louisville City against Indy 11, 8-goal match at Lynn Family Stadium last weekend. 362,000 folks tuned into that game on big CBS. What a moment for the league.
I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better game to start out that partnership here between the USL Championship and CBS. It's exciting. It's a great move for American soccer as a whole. Some more exposure, especially to this talented league. And Williams right at the center circle. Tejada gets some space. Good for Herman as the Frenchman gets taken down, and he's a little slow. Coming back the other way, though. Formella. Formella waits, gets to his right foot. A 1-2, Julio. Traore getting up, left foot, long shot as Traore launches that one for the first row.
Looks like we're seeing Phoenix Rising try to feel out exactly how aggressive they should push those wing backs, those fullbacks tonight, up into the attacking half. Lawrence White trying to find exactly where he should position himself in the final third. The same with Mo Traore. It's going to be a little bit of a give and take tonight. Colorado Springs in that back three. They've got two wing backs in Yosuke Hanya and Koa Santos, who are eager to burst in behind Phoenix Rising's back line. How exactly Rising manage that space is something worth watching.
And it's got to be helpful. You look at the two right in the middle. You got the captain, John Stenberg, back. And then you got Pop Marboy, one of the young talents in the league, kind of feeding off of each other, differing styles. Pop Marboy a little more explosive, whereas Stenberg more of that rock. So it gives some more flexibility to those wing guys, right?
Absolutely, and this is a big plus for Phoenix Rising this year. We haven't seen it always click in terms of the open play goals from this squad in 2024. But when you have as many high-quality center backs as this Phoenix Rising team does, you can afford to take more risks in the attack. You can afford to push an extra player up into the final third because you can rely on those center backs. Captain John Stenberg, Pop Marboy, who's been excellent defensively so far in 2024. That's a luxury for this Rising team, even if we haven't seen it quite click in the early season.
Stenberg, the Swedish native, the captain, came back from a little bit of an off-season injury. Back in the starting 11. This is a guy, he was a huge piece of this club during their title run a year ago. Scored the game-tying goal in the 90th minute in Charleston in the final. Little 1-2 Formella trying to get some space. Little pass in behind, but it looked like Gabby Torres slipped on that right side.
It's a great bit of play from Darius Formella, playing off Remy Cabral, looking for Gabby Torres in behind on that right side. It looks to me like this Rising team, lots of good possession in good spots so far, they're still trying to feel each other out. You mentioned it, all three of those players across the attacking midfield line were not in the lineup last weekend. We haven't seen Gabby Torres get a sustained run on the right side of attacking midfield so far this season. He's mostly been used as a left wing back. It might take some time for these players to bed in.
Torres had 5 assists a year ago, the Brazilian. Help be the spark in this attack. There's Wyke up that right side, lays off to Torres. Stenberg. Formella. He likes to play it back to the captain.
John Stenberg, a little rusty. He said as much in his media availability earlier this week. A little rusty in his first start, his first appearance of 2024. But when the ball gets on his left foot in possession sequences like this one, he is a real asset.
There's Traore trying to fight his way through a couple defenders. As the flank does go up, will be a throw in to Phoenix. Julio will change sides of the field. 1-2 in behind. White trying to get back there. White playing very far up, and it will be the first Carvana corner kick of the evening. It will belong to Phoenix Rising as Fede Varela will jaunt on over to the far flag to take this one. Got a lot of big bodies in the box here, Joe.
Yeah, it's one of the advantages of playing with basically 4 center backs across your back 4. You've got some trees in the box to look for.
Burrell will swing this in with the right foot. Julio down there next to the tall, the 6'7" Christian Herrera in goal for Colorado Springs. He's allowed 2 goals in every match this season as they're going to play it short. Looking for White. White going to cross in with the right foot. In amongst the traffic and not able to get through, and he'll have to chase it back down.
It's a poor ball in from Lawrence Wyke. Gonna have to get comfortable driving the ball into the box, playing a little more advanced tonight than he's used to so far this year.
A poor pass, but intercepted. Nice takeaway by Julio. Right foot, Popmar boy looking at goal. But he sends that one right into the waiting gloves of Herrera. Something we haven't seen from Popmar boy. Trying to get, trying to make his bid at saying, hey, maybe you can push me a little further up the pitch.
Sometimes you got to get yours. Popmar boy giving his best effort there.
Formella comes and collects that one, tries to get to his left. Chased down by Williams, though. Good off, Renzo Zambrano. Julio, right foot deflected down. Nicely done coming in to defend that one was Zachary Zandy.
Would have been a difficult ball out to Gabby Torres, but I wouldn't hate the idea of seeing Julio try to thread that one through on the right side. A good defensive intervention a couple of minutes ago, but that sequence on the ball where he elects for that low percentage shot is maybe a good microcosm of where his game is right now. Does a lot of things well, but still needing that last bit of refinement on the ball in the attacking half of the field.
Zambrano swings it over to Wyke. Back to Zambrano. High up that back line for Phoenix, trying to apply a little bit of pressure. Fede Varela going to take his right-footed shot, bouncing low on one hop and just past the outstretched arms of Herrera as he let it go by for a goal kick.
Phoenix Rising settling for a lot of those long-distance shots so far tonight. Fede Varela through traffic, didn't have a lot of obvious passing options around him. You don't mind testing the keeper a little bit in the early stages, but Rising will need to, as this match goes on, look for a few more high percentage looks after a couple more passes in the final third.
Already seen a couple early shots. Do you like these early shots on goal, just trying to throw something towards goal early on this match?
I don't mind it, Killian, but after a little bit of play here in the attacking half, Rising not having a lot of success, and they're low percentage shots for a reason, right? Not having a lot of success with some of those strikes. Phoenix have had a few nice, crisp passing combinations so far tonight. I'd lean a little bit more into that.
Good chase down from behind from Traore to catch up to Koa Santos. A right back in this 4-3-3 for Colorado Springs is Cabral with a shove from behind. Gets the ball himself. Gonna wait, gets around his man one time. You can see Cabral's finally settling into his own here.
Yeah, he looks much more confident than we've seen him at home at any point this year. Confident on the ball, quick, tight touches, leading some of these breaks. It's been a nice first 17 minutes or so of this game for Remy Cabral.
Formella wanted the 1-2 from Varela, but he's pestered. Nicely done from behind from the 10 Zandy. Tyreek McGee, the Jamaican. A little burst of speed in the midfield. They're going to get right back to him. McGee has Anya to his left. Trying to get back to him, but Julio sticks a foot in. This is what we're talking about. Just Remy Cabral looks so much. You see the physicality and then go.
Yeah, he's been sharp so far tonight. Clean on the ball, nice crisp touches with that right foot. He's electric. When he's in form, he's electric, leading the line. We saw it last year in MLS Next Pro with Colorado Rapids too. We're seeing it so far tonight, and we saw it in stretches against Tulsa where he grabbed that brace.
Oh, this is kind of tossed out. I just want to remind you that this match is brought to you in part by Modelo, a reward for those with a fighting spirit. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Colorado Springs really struggling to get into any sort of rhythm so far tonight, Killian. They're in this 3-4-3 shape in possession. They haven't found Juan Tejada at the tip of that spear as much as they'd like to so far tonight. Tejada, one cap with Panama against the U.S. back in 2020. Someone who is capable on the ball, can drop in and link play as well as lead the line. He's not been involved. We've seen a little bit more from Quincy Huerman, who hasn't looked particularly sharp either in his first year as a professional. The 23-year-old playing on the right wing for Colorado Springs. No real meaningful attacking involvements for any of these Colorado Springs players so far tonight.
Varela with the ball at his feet. A little surprising, too. This is a Colorado Springs club. You look back at the numbers as that one crossed in. Nothing dangerous there at all. But they've done a decent job controlling the possession through these first 4 matches of the year. They've been getting shots. They just can't find anything on goal.
Yeah, they've had good moments, even in their season opener against Miami FC. And that 2-0 loss, they had plenty of shots, 21 shots in that game, 62% possession. They were not bad in that game, but they've struggled to really finally gain a momentum that they can turn into goal-scoring opportunities throughout this season. And we're not seeing it so far tonight from James Chambers' side either.
Here's Santos on the near side. Santos, low little cross headed out by Stenberg. This has got to be nice for a guy coming back from an injury. Hey, you know what? Let me get a little ball, just head it out, kind of get back into the rhythm.
Yeah, it is rhythm. I'm glad you used that word, Killian. I feel like we saw a lack of that from John Stenberg last weekend in Tulsa. We didn't see Pop Marboy in a ton of rhythm either. Shifted out to the right-sided center back spot for Danny Stone. He's playing as the right-sided center back in a back 4 tonight, which is a different role, one he's more comfortable in after his time in Clemson last year as a freshman. This rising backline still trying to find themselves so far this year, and John Stenberg being back in the lineup is a big part of that.
There's likely to go back to Pop Marboy. And how nice has it got to be for a youngster like Pop Marboy to be able to look to his left and have a rock-solid veteran like Stenberg next to him as Formella falls down and loses possession.
Yeah, you can't do a lot better than that in this league. John Stenberg, a veteran, someone that this rising organization trusts implicitly. He's an excellent presence and a great person to learn from, especially Killian, in what we've talked about as the big weakness for Pop Marboy in his game this season. It's his distribution. And Stenberg shines on the ball in possession with those line-breaking passes. Whatever Pop Marboy can absorb will be a big win for him.
Oh, and almost like 3D right at home in your screen. In the living room is Stenberg. More of an American football tackle on that one.
Juan Tejada feel on that one, no doubt.
Arizona Cardinals looking for linebacker help.
Looking for a lot of things. Looking for a lot of things.
You're going to give Rocco Rios Novo a call if they need a wide receiver.
I was going to say, a little receiver help wouldn't hurt.
They decide to trade back.
He's got the speed, got the hands. I'm seeing a cross-content possibility, if nothing else.
We'll move that one up the ladder. Long ball over the top of the wind. Kind of held that one up there looking for Tejada, who had a step in behind Stenberg. That's one outside of the boot. Chested down by Cabral. Just out of reach. Now Varela came up. Waits for it to come back down. Just not big enough to get over the top of Akwe as Varela a little frustrated after that one.
Sort of slapped half clearance, half direct pass up to Remy Cabral there from Lawrence Wyke. It's a great piece of distribution.
for Santos, but Traore sends it down, and now Wyke gonna let the official have an earful as Renzo Zambrano trying to come in and play peacemaker.
Key for Rising tonight, Killian. They started fairly well. They're still looking for a couple of clear-cut chances, but they've controlled the ball, and maybe most importantly in the early stages, they've given up nothing to Colorado Springs. They have not been a real threat, Colorado Springs, so far in this match. Rising now can't let themselves get complacent. And you're halfway through this first half, almost exactly. You need to continue to push the envelope, continue to go and push in the final third. Play through Fede Varela in that number 10 spot. Play through Darius Formella, who's looked sharp tonight. Try to draw that back three for Colorado Springs forward to find Cabral or Gabby Torres streaking in behind.
Anya now slow to get up after White came in a little aggressively. As now Wyke walking away, and he's being told no more. What do you think?
Yeah, Colorado Springs in possession on this left side. It's a foul, certainly from Lawrence Wyke. I don't mind the aggression there from the Phoenix Rising back line, though. Trying to push forward, continue to push Colorado Springs back towards midfield. Just a little aggressive, a little hasty in that challenge from Lawrence Wyke.
See Zambrano a little frustrated after that second whistle in a matter of 15-20 seconds.
And this is a big area of focus for Rising right now. Defending on set pieces. They can see 2 goals last week into Tulsa on these sorts of dead ball moments.
Short play, a little 1-2 touch. They're trying to find Hanya, but it's in behind. It'll be blown out for a throw-in. And remember, Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice.
It's a great switch of play to unlock that forward left side flank for Mo Traore, Darius Formella.
Formella looking right back, gets it to Traore with some space. Gets it onto his left, little chip in for the center, but Tejada comes flying in to kick that one out. It goes right back to Traore, and they're going to elect to reset possession, at least for the moment. Wyke, right foot, and for Varela, can't squeeze it through as Akwe stepped up to clear that.
These are better moments, though, in the final third from Phoenix, not necessarily in terms of the delivery, but in terms of the bodies in the box. We had that Cabral sequence earlier where he's coming down the right side. Formella isn't in the box. You're not seeing a lot of help for Remy Cabral in that moment. Just now, we're seeing Gabby Torres in the box. We're seeing Fede Varela in the box. We're seeing Cabral continue to push forward and lead that line. That's progress.
Traore took a little bit of a knock after playing that ball in, and it will be a free kick.
This will be a good opportunity for Phoenix Rising, likely looking at an in-swinging bit of service from Fede Varela. You've got basically 2 strikers, and Remy Cabral and Darius Formella, and 4 center backs on the field. Mo Traore not always one to go get up involved in these sorts of moments, but we will see a lot of bodies in the box for Rising. Maybe set pieces can be a way for them to differentiate themselves tonight.
Stenberg and Pop Marboy, the 2 big boys, down at the edge of the 18. As now Wyke comes up to join the other 2 defensemen. Varela launches that one in. He was looking for Wyke as it's knocked down, right-footed shot, and that one not much behind it as Renzo Zambrano just flares that one off into the stands.
It's an undercooked ball into the box from Fede Varela. Not enough on that bit of service to give his teammates a chance to direct that towards goal with any real power. But this is what I'm talking about, Killian. It's been a few minutes. The intensity seems to have dipped, and in some ways that's smart play from Colorado Springs. They're not trying to allow Rising long bits of sequences where they can put their foot on the ball and pass it around, create rhythm. Phoenix Rising, though, as we talked about earlier, need to continue to push and find those looks, move the ball quickly, continue to look for some of those switches. They've done a nice job of that tonight, but there's room for more.
Williams finds the ball at his feet. There's McGee. Stopped by Traore to step up and hold him, at least for the moment. Speedy Williams. Santos. Nice quick little one touch. McGee comes and gets it on the near side, trying to get back to Santos, and it's touched out, and it will be a corner. First Carvana corner kick for the visitors.
And that's the first real bit of joy that the Switchbacks have had, progressing play down, out wide. You see McGee and Koa Santos combining.
McGee at the edge of the 18. Now that one knocked away at least for a moment. Santos gets it back. Left foot, high one that sits up in the wind. Akwe heads it down, but the flag was up.
It's an interesting choice, sorry, Killian, from Colorado Springs, to play that one short after Rising conceded 2 goals in those sorts of moments last weekend against Tulsa. Colorado Springs clearly liking something they drew up in the midweek.
Hear the wind starting to pick up just a little bit. It's interesting. Not necessarily, it looks like, affecting as much down on the pitch, but certainly once the ball gets up into the air, swirling a bit above the stadium here at 38th and Washington.
You're just having New Mexico United flashbacks, Ken. That's what that is.
That was certainly 30, 35-mile-an-hour gusts a few weeks ago. Trying to thread that one through for Cabral as now Formella steps up, but Williams play it back, and Colorado Springs tries to reset.
That's good counter pressure from Phoenix Rising. One thing we haven't seen a lot of this season from Phoenix is aggressive defensive pressure. Oftentimes they've sat back in a 5-4-1 block when they've been in that back three, immediately dropping into a mid or into a low block defensively. So far tonight, we haven't seen them engage the ball in a ton of those possession sequences for Colorado Springs because, let's face it, Switchbacks haven't had a lot of the ball so far tonight. But after Phoenix lose the ball on the left side, their quick, engaged defensive pressure from Darius Formella especially helps Rising win back the ball.
Stenberg trying to get somebody moving around. Traore. Zambrano. Set back as Popmar Boy now getting a little more involved in the attack. Traore trying to make a run, thread it down through. Julio chests it down to Formella. Julio kind of looked up, didn't really see anybody there. Now Varela back to Formella.
I like the purpose in possession here from Phoenix.
Nice little run by Gabby Torres, but that ball couldn't find its way through. Tejada now trying to get on the counterattack. It's just him, though, waiting for some help. Tejada waits up, gets it off to Herman. Now Hanya. Nicely done by Wyke. Excellent tackle to take possession away.
That is a great bit of defensive transition play from Phoenix Rising. As they track back quickly, it's basically a 7v3 in Phoenix's favor for that Colorado Springs counterattack. That's good work from Phoenix.
Oh, foul as McGee came in a bit strong. That is the captain, Stenberg. And this early point in the season, many Phoenix fans probably hold their breath anytime they see him go down.
Yeah, and I don't blame them. John Stenberg, such an important part of this team, both on the field and off the field. Sort of downplayed earlier this week, the impact of him being given the captain's armband. It is a role that carries a lot of weight in this club. It's a role that carries weight in the locker room. Good to have him back on the field.
Wyke chips that one ahead, looking to try and get in behind for Cabral, who's motioning for a handball, but it won't matter. It's out for a throw. Cabral coming back to get it.
Look at all the space on the left side here as McGee eventually makes his way over to defend against Darius Formella. Lots of opportunity on those quick switches from Phoenix.
Poor pass from Julio leads to the turnover. Tejada now trying to weave his way through, still with the ball at his feet, and Julio kind of runs through him. Julio a bit slow to get up now. Looks like he's in a lot of pain, still down on the pitch. Santos chips in for the middle, in behind in the back post, and cleared away. And Julio Doratiotto is still down, pounding on the ground, which is not a good sign for Phoenix.
Now holding that right knee, something on the right leg there. The 19-year-old. Phoenix Rising had numbers back in that transition sequence, just couldn't win the ball off of Juan Tejada. That lets the attack develop for Colorado Springs. We'll get the replay here. Tejada comes in hard on that challenge. Julio still on the ground, Killian.
I'm surprised we haven't got the trainer out to take a look at Julio Doratiotto yet, the young Italian. As The referee speaking to him now as he reties the boot. Dorotioto up, and he'll start to make his way back to get involved in defense for this corner.
That sequence for that Julio injury is the first time we've seen Rising really falter in that transition defensive setup. We'll keep an eye on that.
Another Carvana corner kick. Carvana will drive you happy. This one, low driven corner, trying to fight through the breeze. As Cabral now trying to get out. Cabral and Speedy Williams. As now Cabral runs right in. Advantage play. Hoping to try and get Cabral back involved in the play. Formella. He's got Cabral on the far side if he can see him. Chip down. Fede Varela knocked in and saved by Herrera. Formella shoulders off and keeps possession.
That's a great bit of attacking play from Phoenix Rising. One of their better chances of the game with Fede Varela enjoying that right-footed strike and testing Christian Herrera. And it all starts with Remy Cabral continuing to lead this team forward. He's been excellent through about 33 minutes tonight.
Just over a half hour played as Dorotioto. Fede Varela swinging, looking down, headed up, back. Cabral just off the outside of the boot.
We'll get a look at the previous chance here. Darius Formella maybe looking for Remy Cabral on that right side. Fede Varela stops it and takes a nice shot with the right foot. Testing Christian Herrera. That's the switch of play we've been talking about, looking for space on the opposite side. In this case, it's really that right half space from Fede Varela. And then Remy Cabral comes back down a moment later and finds a chance of his own.
You get the feeling the way this first half has gone, the fans here at 38th and Washington just waiting for that burst. Stenberg chests it down, and Troyorio will elect to play it all the way back to his keeper, Rocco Rios Novo. First time really getting to talk about him. Second in the league this year in saves with 20 so far. That one taken away, right foot back behind. Tejada leaves it a slip, and now Rios Novo diving save. A big save and a bit of a defensive lapse from Phoenix.
Yeah, you can see Mo Traore putting his hand up there. That's a sloppy bit of play in the back from Phoenix Rising. Colorado Springs just can't quite make them pay.
Formella now with the ball at his feet, pressing forward. A little turn and a foul, and it will be a free kick. Zandy with the foul.
Rocco Rios Novo makes those sorts of saves look routine, getting down to his left. You can see Renzo Zambrano slide in the box there, trying to put off the shot. Colorado Springs getting their first shot of the game, killing in that moment. They've not been dangerous so far tonight, but Phoenix Rising have to continue to be sharp on the ball. It doesn't take a lot at this level for the game to switch quickly. You don't have to give the opposition many chances to find one.
Colorado Springs trying to set up the wall as looks like it's Julio and Fede Varela setting up. So from about 30 yards out as the train right off the south side of the stadium makes its way through.
Can't tell, is that the gold train?
We might find out here shortly. For the Banditos, feeling the rumble of the tracks, they're certainly hoping so. Dorotioto, low driven shot just wide of goal as Julio thought he'd have a shot at it.
I'm glad I kept my mouth shut. Killian, Julio Dorotioto standing over that with his weak foot. I almost said this is a decoy for Phoenix Rising as Fede Varela is going to wind up and take that one, but it is Julio with that left foot.
Cabral in behind, right at the edge of the 18. Fighting off with Akwe. Two of the more physical players on the pitch tonight. Here's Zambrano. Chip over the top and over everybody. And the Remember, when it comes to a sports injury, the unknown can be unsettling. There's one thing that can calm that uncertainty, and it's an answer. The Mayo Clinic uncovers answers every day through exploration, teamwork, and innovation. Answers that can lead to more answers and define a path forward. So if you're looking for answers related to a sports injury, you know where to go. You can learn more at sportsmedicine.mayoclinic.org. High ball lofted in as Herman gets the ball in behind. Santos making a run to his right. He likes to go to the middle. McGee has to wait up, chips it ahead, and Wyke heads it out to clear the danger, at least for the moment.
How good is that from Potmar Boy? The closing speed to go and push McGee off a little bit there. That's great work from the young center back.
Looked like McGee was ready to try and launch one with his left foot towards goal. As you said, the rookie Potmar Boy came in well. Here's Speedy Williams over to Hanya. And now McGee, an extra defenseman, as the head referee right in the middle getting himself involved.
It's not where you want to be if you're the center referee. Quick drop ball gets things back going.
Slip up ball at the feet as Williams tried a little back heel from Santos, turns it over. Fede Varela might have had an opportunity to spring somebody, and here's Wyke. Wyke's got Torres to his left. Likes to wait up for some more help. Julio lets it go. Formella hesitates. Varela over to Julio. Julio, chip low cross, knocked down as McGee has it at the edge of the 18. We'll bring it back out.
The service from wide areas just hasn't quite been there tonight from Phoenix Rising. They're finding good opportunities, and they're finding even some nice lanes to cross the ball into the box.
Nice work by Formello, the interception. Tries to get it to Cabral, but he overran it. Miscommunication between the two new teammates.
Yeah, and that's just learning the other's movement there. Remy Cabral trying to continue that diagonal run from inside to outside, from right to left. Julio trying to lead him back to his right side. Those are the kinds of reps and the kinds of passes that come and start to come off really with time.
It's funny watching the two youngsters. Cabral said, hey, I'm going this way. I want it here. And Julio said, no, you got to go that way.
Yeah, Julio trying to lead him into that space, getting Cabral onto that right foot, but the run was already in motion. As we get closer and closer to halftime, just over 5 minutes in stoppage time, a little smile has got to be on James Chambers' face. His side has not been strong through about 40 minutes tonight, but yet it's still 0-0. They haven't caved a lot defensively. They bent, but they really haven't broken so far through 40 minutes. Rising still looking for another couple of really obvious chances inside the 18, closer to the 6-yard box, on the edge of that, on the edge of the 18.
Possession about 60-40 in favor of Phoenix so far through 40 minutes. Santos touches that one down, but too strong, and it goes right back to the defense of Phoenix as Formella helping out a little deeper in defense.
And if you're Phoenix Rising, you really want to push these last 5 minutes. You don't want to give Colorado Springs a chance to get into the locker room at halftime, to give Chambers a chance to make some of those adjustments. You want to continue to capitalize on the real lack of momentum that the Switchbacks have had so far tonight. You want to punish them going into the halftime break.
You kind of get the feeling a goal here in these last 5 minutes really could be a bit of an emotional drain on the visitors.
Very much so. This is not a situation, if you're Colorado Springs, that you want to be in. And the objective right now is to get into halftime at the score 0-0.
In the same sense, though, if you're Phoenix, you got to be aware, though, because it could be the same thing. You've dominated the whole half. You give up a late one, kind of takes all the air out of this side.
Yeah, very much so. Focus going to be key here for Phoenix Rising. We see a whistle blown. We hear a whistle blown. Darius Formello there, called for the foul. And you see here, Christian Herrera in no hurry to get the ball back in play, nor should he be with the way this game's been going.
We're looking for Tejada as Stenberg gets there. Formella comes rushing in from behind Santos. Played through Cabral. Cabral at his feet, waits up for some help. Might just try and do it all on his own. Right-footed shot from Cabral off the post. My goodness, Joe. That one didn't look like it had any shot and nearly finds the upper 90.
Remy Cabral looking for something special here in the 42nd minute, cuts inside on the right foot. Christian Herrera never truly looked bothered. That one ended up closer to the back of his own net than the opposing goalkeeper ever thought. Remy Cabral can't quite bend that one into the top right corner. It's a bright bit of play regardless.
Foul as Phoenix will get a free kick. You have to imagine you might go into halftime and Yosuke Hanya might go in and say, hey guys, we need to keep an eye on this. This is something he can do, because Herrera looked like he was like ready to just let that one go past.
Yeah, Yosuke Hanya is going to know all about Remy Cabral's goal scoring prowess. The joint Golden Boot winner and MLS Next Pro last season, Remy Cabral. Both Hanya and Cabral on the best 11 in the third tier last season.
Swung Traore, nicely done. Goes right through the legs of McGee. Chested down Varela as goes nowhere. Drew a little slow to react to it. And now Stenberg steps up to regain possession for the hosts.
And that's one of those poor bits of service from out wide. Not quite really a wide position there from Mo Traore, but trying to bend the ball into a central area. Just doesn't come off.
Formella, long swung pass to the near side, as now Formella gets caught sticking the foot in a little late.
Yeah, it's an easy call from the referee. Nothing intentional there from Formella. Koa Santos just gets in there a little bit earlier than Formella was expecting. Yeah, that first touch just gets away from Formella, who I think has been really sharp so far tonight, Killian. We're seeing him in more of a playmaking role than maybe we're used to so far in this young 2024 campaign. No Panos Armenakis on the field. That distributes the playmaking burden across really everybody in that attacking midfield band of three. Varela is going to be more of the traditional number 10. He's wearing that number on the back of his shirt. He's going to be the string puller. But Formella has looked sharp with some of those right-footed through balls that he's been playing off the left.
A different role. We've kind of seen him be that kind of back to the net, kind of true striker in the early portion of this season. And now with Remy Cabral, though, giving that spot up top. It's a long run. They're going to elect to play it just right back. And keeper Rios Novo. Approaching 45 played, a slip in from behind by Zandi. Now played through as Herrera going to come up. A foot race as Cabral given 110% in this first half.
It's a bit of goalkeeping play that would make Rocco Rios Novo proud. Gutsy there from Christian Herrera. Doesn't look phased at all.
There's McGee. Nice move. With the ball at his feet. Played out. Last touch by Phoenix. Only 1 minute added on here.
It's been a solid first 45 minutes from Phoenix Rising. They've just missed that last action in the box. They've had a couple of nice looks. They found a couple of nice bits of space in the final third, but it's the service into the box. It's the last touch. It's a lot of the stuff that is frankly the hardest to do in this sport. They've completely controlled the game defensively. A lot of shots, not a lot of really excellent top-tier chances to show for him.
Santos at the edge. One touch, tries to get in behind, but too strong. And out the back.
I'd be surprised, Killian, if in the second half we don't see Colorado Springs keep a closer eye on Formella on the left wing, the right side for the Switchbacks. They're going to be looking to shut down a player who's been pulling a lot of the strings tonight for Phoenix.
Well, a 0-0 first 45 in Phoenix. Plenty of opportunities for the defending champions, but unable to find the back of the net in a relatively dominating first half from 38th and Washington. The fans are enjoying this one so far. So are we. Getting treated to a heck of a match so far. Take a quick break. We'll be right back with a halftime here from Phoenix. 0-0 between the Rising and Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
Your health shouldn't depend on where you live, which language you speak, or the size of your paycheck. Everyone deserves
That's bothering
access
me
to
so
high-quality
much.
care for a healthy life. At Equality Health, we partner with primary care providers to break down barriers to care and build healthy communities. Better health for all, the real game-winning goal. Equality Health is the season-presenting sponsor of the Phoenix Rising and proud sponsor of the Rising Community Soccer Clinics.
Quench your thirst and save big at Circle K, America's Thirst Stop. Soda 12-packs are 2 for $12 or 3 for $15. Select 24-pack bottled water cases are 2 for $7 or 3 for $9. And don't forget to grab one of our famous Polar Pop cups that stays cold longer, starting at just 99 cents. Only at Circle K, your one-stop shop for all your thirst needs. See store for details.
Billy, I need help with the clicker.
Yeah, wait, 1 second, Grandma. This guy's gonna buy my car. Billy, you still there? Okay,
You need Carvana. What's your plate number?
Boss, M-O-V.
Vehicle features, no accidents, right?
No.
Good. Generating offer. Carvana can pick it up tomorrow.
That's an amazing offer. Do you still need help with the clicker?
I'll ask your sister.
Sell your car the easy way with Carvana.
Well, it's finally happening. The robots. They're coming.
Hi, Avery.
Maybe that's a good thing.
She said what? She said what? I was ready like a full 20 minutes before you. What are you talking about?
It drives better than you do, babe.
It does. Bye, robot.
I didn't expect that, but it was so much fun, honestly. It made my day.
The pink clouds and the sunset of gold, the stadium's packed, every seat has been sold.
There's some kids saying it was the best year of their lives, just me and me, so I'm happy to be able to make that impact on them and be a positive role model for them. So yeah, it was huge for me.
Welcome back in. Played 45 in Phoenix as a Rising 0-0 with Colorado Springs Switchbacks. You're watching USL Championship action, match day number 5. As we continue on with halftime on the other side of this break.
Two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why.
Yeah, trick. I said what I said. I don't care. I paint the town red.
If you can survive this, it's going to make the whole story that much better.
The bright horses are broken free from the fields.
They're hungry for the women's game. They want to see women's soccer. They want to play women's soccer, and that's what we're building at the USL.
You can see it in my eyes when we walk past. Rebounding every night, won't settle for less. Got me looking to the sky, got me feeling blessed. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest. Burning up inside of my chest. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way.
Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Phoenix Rising are your reigning national champs, and they're fired up for the 2024 season, so come witness it. Watch your United Soccer League champs chase down Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Saturday, April 20th at 7:30, right here in Central Phoenix off 38th Street in Washington. And only 5 light rail stops from downtown Phoenix and Tempe. Tickets start at just $15. Go to phxrisingfc.com to buy your tickets now. Kickoff Saturday, April 20th at 7:30.
Back in halftime in Phoenix. Phoenix Rising and Colorado Springs Switchbacks. A 0-0 first 45 here at 38th in Washington. Killian McClatchy, Joel Lowry, as we're going to bring you the Western Conference standings presented by Peoria and Eson through the first couple matches. At the top, good start from Orange County and Sacramento Republic. Up there in the top 12, 11, and 10. And you look down at the bottom, Phoenix Rising in 9th, Colorado Springs Switchbacks, the lone club in the league without a point this year.
It's been a brutal start for Colorado Springs so far in 2024. Things still fairly bunched up, but this is why picking up points at home against Colorado Springs tonight and Pittsburgh next weekend is so big for Phoenix, a real chance for them to move up the West.
Certainly is Phoenix 4 points, that 1-3-1 record so far. As we got now some of the news and notes from around the USL Championship. For you here is you got the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. It's here, Joe. I know you're excited. You got April 16th, 16 USL Championship clubs entering in the third round. Also, Louisville City FC's Wilson Harrison scoring his first career USL Championship hat trick. As we mentioned in that debut on CBS, an excellent match. And then a reminder, got next week, Pittsburgh Riverhounds coming to town. We'll have that one for you right here. And a reminder for tickets, go to phxrisingfc.com. Open Cup, I know you're a big Open Cup guy.
I'm a huge Open Cup guy. Phoenix Rising entering in the round of 32. That won't be this week, but these guys are gearing up and ready to go for the Open Cup just like me.
I was going to say, I think we're all gearing up, waiting to see who Phoenix ends up drawing in that round of 32. The defending USL League champions. 0-0 still in the first half as the halftime continues on.
We mix flavors you never imagined. The result is a smash hit. 2 bold flavors in one can. Smirnoff Smash Vodka Soda, from the makers of the world's #1 vodka.
Quench your thirst and save big at Circle K, America's Thirst Stop. Soda 12-packs are 2 for $12 or 3 for $15. Select 24-pack bottled water cases are 2 for $7 or 3 for $9. And don't forget to grab one of our famous Polar Pop cups that stays cold longer, starting at just 99 cents. Only at Circle K, your one-stop shop for all your thirst needs. See store for details.
You came looking for a light beer. And you found gold. Modelo Oro. The light beer with a smooth, elevated taste and a clean, crisp finish. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Huh. How long have you been tracking our car's value with Carvana?
Just like 7 months.
Should we sell it?
We hold.
Hold.
Silver vans are going for more right now. Should we?
Our low mileage is paying off. You think we should?
Hold.
Depreciation's really heating up. You think? We just did 2.5%.
Now!
I'm on it.
Already sold to Carvana.
Go to Carvana and track your car's value today.
Watch your United Soccer League champs chase down Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Right here in Central Phoenix off 38th Street in Washington. Saturday, April 20th at 7:30. Go to phxrisingfc.com to buy your tickets now.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Equality Health, by Carvana, and by Northern Arizona University. Welcome back in. Reminder, Phoenix Rising Soccer presented by Equality Health. A 0-0 first half. The fans waiting for something to really cheer about after that first half. A couple opportunities, but still a couple goose eggs up on the scoreboard for these two clubs, Phoenix Rising and Colorado Springs. Switchbacks. Colorado Springs still searching for that first result of the year. Phoenix Rising trying to find win number 2. As I bring you your first half highlights presented by your Desert Ford dealers. As Joe shot, bounce. It was really all Phoenix Rising in that first 45.
Yeah, it was almost one-way traffic in this first half. Phoenix Rising finding some looks. Darius Formella getting on the ball early and often on the left side, looking for some clever through balls with that right foot. Just nothing quite coming off for Phoenix in the attacking third. A lot of long-distance efforts in the second half. You'd have to imagine Danny Stone will want to see his side looking a little closer to goal.
That one, the most dangerous. Remy Cabral was sensational in that first half. As here are the stats. Traditionally, I would say you don't want to see a lot of zeros on the board in your category. It's been tough sledded in that first half for Colorado Springs.
It really has been, and it's been a difficult year for them. Still no points in 2024 through 4.5 games. They've struggled to get any real momentum on the ball in this match. Almost 45% possession. They've had a few looks. They've had a few chances to circulate in the final third. Just nothing really coming off for them in the attack.
Yeah, just a total of 4 touches inside the box for Colorado Springs. Certainly something that their head coach James Chambers is going to address in that halftime locker room as we get ready for this second half. The fans are ready as well, enjoying it here. Good crowd tonight in Phoenix. A beautiful night after the 2 hottest days we've had here so far in 2024. They have come out to enjoy a beautiful night for some soccer as we got the upcoming schedule. The defending champion Phoenix Rising, here's what they've got next week, right back here at home. Pittsburgh Riverhounds coming to town, and they hit the road, a long road trip just 6 days later at Rhode Island before coming back. A big match to circle is going to be that May 4th. Sacramento Republic has been very sharp to start this year.
Yeah, Phoenix Rising going to need some force on their side in that game on May 4th against Sacramento Republic. It's a difficult match. There's some easy ones, not easy, but there's some winnable games coming up for Phoenix Rising. Certainly the game against Pittsburgh is one that this group's going to have circled on their calendar. Pittsburgh not started well so far this season. And then a couple of games cross over to the Eastern Conference in Rhode Island and Detroit coming up soon on the road.
And then May 18th back here against Miami FC. A couple early opportunities this season for Phoenix Rising to try and pick up some points as we switch slides over to Colorado Springs as what they have coming up in the next couple weeks. The visitors, they go to Indy 11, a real difficult matchup. There's really not many easy games ahead for this club. You got Indy, you got Oakland Roots, who played really well tonight, and then you got El Paso.
Yeah, it's still a bunched up Western Conference once you get past a few of the top teams in the West. These are going to be key games, especially those 6-pointers against Oakland, against El Paso. Those are games that James Chambers is going to have his group all the way dialed in for.
And they got at Hartford Athletic and then Rhode Island back at home at Widener Field in Colorado Springs in mid-May as clubs back out from the halftime break. Huddled up, they've switched sides. As One move being made for Phoenix. Jose Andres Hernandez coming in. He'll be making his way starting the second half. He replaces Julio Doratiotto. So Julio is first 45. Still a young player, as they're going to get the veteran in Andres Hernandez out on the pitch.
Yeah, Jose Andres Hernandez will give Phoenix Rising a little more quality on the ball in tight spots. I didn't think it was a bad first 45 minutes, Killian, from the youngster Julio Doratiotto, but he did pick up that early yellow card. You have to imagine that's playing into this decision from Danny Stone.
Yeah, especially after picking up that red card last week from Emi Quayshow, rendering him unavailable for tonight's matchup. We're back underway for the second 45. See if we can't find ourselves a victor here tonight and give away 3 points.
Looks like the same general tactical setups from both of these teams in the early stages. Phoenix Rising in their 4-2-3-1 shape. Colorado Springs back in that back five. Really what is a 5-4-1 block as they drop deeper downfield.
Formella a little aggressive, trying to stick the foot in there. So we'll kind of look through the first 45. We kind of got the thoughts for this second half. What do you think these two clubs need to do to try and come away with a result?
If you're Colorado Springs, you got to be a little more dangerous in transition. They have not had enough numbers flying forward. It was 3-on-7 breaks. It was 1-on-5 breaks for them in the first half. Just not quite dangerous enough moving forward. They're not going to be mad at a point here tonight, Killian. But in order to stay in games against Phoenix Rising and against really any team in the USL Championship, you've got to throw a few punches your way. That's Colorado Springs. For Phoenix Rising, it's continuing to find danger down the left side. 42.4% of Phoenix Rising's attacking play came down the left compared to just about 26% through the middle and 31% on the right. Darius Formella was involved early and often on that left side, continuing to get him on the ball, looking for through balls, keeping it on the ground, rather than looking for some of those crosses into the box through the air that didn't seem to come off in the first half.
Played down. We saw a lot that previous ball trying to look for Tejada. It's been a lot of trying to get the ball for Colorado Springs to Juan Tejada, and like you said, it's a lot of Tejada looking up and no other black kits around him.
Yeah, and some of that is a calculated choice to be conservative from this Switchbacks team. They don't feel the need to throw all these numbers forward, and there's a lot of rationale behind that. If you go and throw everyone forward against Remy Cabral leading the line, you're going to struggle to defend that space and behind your own back line in front of Christian Herrera. So I understand the decision and some of the calculations that James Chambers has made tonight. But at a certain point, you got to throw a few moves back in Phoenix Rising's direction.
Leos Nova will get his first touch of the second half. The Argentinian walks it forward and gives it off to Marboy.
One thing I am interested to see, it's a little early for Danny Stone to be thinking about subs after his team really controlled that first 45 minutes. One guy on the bench for Rising who hasn't been on the bench to start a game at all this season, Panos Ramanakis, the best chance creator in the USL last season. Not in the 11 tonight. We're seeing Gabby Torres out on the right side, Fede Varela through the middle. Torres not super involved in the first 45 minutes. If that continues in the second half, I'd have to imagine we'll see Panos Ramanakis on that right side, tucking in, playing some nice passes with his left foot around the 60-minute mark.
Of course, right as you said that, Torres had a ball played right to him. This Torres kind of gets taken down from behind, no whistle. Tanya now, a lot of action going on. Wyke pushes himself in there to get involved. Chipped up, right back around. Fede Varela chested down to himself. Right foot long cross, and nobody there as Formella going to have to race to try and get to it. I think deflection will be a throw-in.
When you talk about ways to turn all of the shots that Phoenix had in the first half, 11 shots, less than half of an expected goal in the first 45 minutes. When you talk about ways to turn those shots into real dangerous chances inside the 18, closer to the 6 than the edge of the 18, sharpening up the service on those kinds of crosses. That's the easiest thing for Rising, to have space, to have time in the final third. They're finding good pockets. It's been the delivery into the box that's let them down.
Herman, a long pass to switch sides of the pitch, and Wyke heads it down. Around Hanya, Wyke not too happy. Hanya kind of got in his way as McGee now lays it off in the middle to Zandy. Here's Honya. Nice little move trying to get himself some space, but Wyke shoulders him off and cleared away, and Wyke and Honya kind of collided a bit at the end of that play.
That's great defending from Lawrence Wyke, using his size, using his strength, showing off a bit of speed as well. Few teams in the USL Championship can match the defensive quality that Rising have in that back line.
Oh, we talked about it a little bit off the air ourselves, but you got to be certainly impressed with the way that Lawrence Wyke has played, being kind of the new guy coming in this room of kind of already established defenders. We all kind of thought, hey, he might be as soon as Stenberg gets back, as Fuenmayor gets back. Wyke might be that odd man out. He's certainly playing himself into a role that you might not be able to take him out.
Yeah, he's a high-level defender in this league. Time with Tampa Bay, time with other high-level clubs across the American soccer landscape. This is a very, very capable defensive player and has shown it in multiple roles. Count them, three Killian so far this year. Started the year as a left-sided center back, then shifts over to become a right-sided center back in a back three. Tonight we see him start and continue to play as a right back in a back four. A very versatile player. That's the kind of thing that Danny Stone really values in this fluid possession-based system. Wyke has been excellent to start this season.
He's been very good on the ball as well, helping out an attack.
Yeah, his ability to drive forward, we saw it even when he's playing as a center back and not as a fullback. He can range and add an extra number into the final third.
Played up through the middle. Touch. There's Gabby Torres. Wants to try and get around Lacroix, but he can't. It will be touched out. Quick throw incoming for Phoenix.
Those are the moments for Phoenix when there is space, when Remy Cabral can slash in behind Akwe in the middle of Colorado Springs back line. Those are the moments to go. Not quite enough intensity in that transition moment for Phoenix.
Fede Varela. A little bit of space, decides to start working his way forward. Cabral, a little quick touch. Formella, right-footed cross. Torres in, but just a step behind it.
That's much more like it from out wide from Phoenix Rising. Darius Formella continues to be the danger man on the ball for Phoenix, looking for his teammates inside the 18. Gabby Torres makes a smart run, just can't quite latch onto the end of that ball from Formella. One change we're seeing so far in the second half, Killian, the wingers for Phoenix in possession are starting wider. Gabby Torres and Darius Formella in some of these sequences over the last few minutes have started almost with their boots on the chalk before then driving inside, trying to stretch Colorado Springs back five all the way out to create extra space underneath for Fede Varela and for Remy Cabral.
Played around, chested down by McGee. Anya will try to play a 1-2 to get back to the speedy midfielder, but couldn't find him.
Colorado Springs don't end up punishing Phoenix there. John Stenberg coming out from his left-sided center back spot, stepping into midfield, not really ever making a play on the ball. Gives Colorado a chance that they don't take ultimately, but a chance to attack into his space. Stenberg's defensive ability is a little bit of a concern for all of his skill on the ball. That's the trade-off that you get with the captain, John Stenberg. It's something to watch for as not just tonight continues, but 2024 continues to progress.
Marboy, low pass for Torres. Wyke wants the ball in front. Torres elects to keep it himself. Torres in the middle, left-footed shot, and that one tails well wide. No real harm coming in that one.
You've got to think that's making Danny Stone grimace a bit on the sideline. Phoenix Rising tried their hand at shots from distance in the first half. Christian Herrera not tested a ton in goal for the Switchbacks. Rising would benefit from a little bit more patience. You don't need to ease off the gas in the final third. You can keep the tempo high while doing it in a way that doesn't involve forcing shots at the first opportunity.
Herrera taking his time. Week 6-7 keeper of Las Cruces, New Mexico, the hometown. To represent Mexico. And made his professional debut all the way back in 2016 with Achua in the Mexican League. Wyke, bit of a strong touch, but able to come back to the ball. As Tejada pesters him for a moment and lets him go. Wyke's completely switched sides of the field. And he'll start to work his way back as Pop Marboy comes to fill that hole. Boyd chipped in, but right into the head of Akwe.
Phoenix still trying to figure out those rotations on the right side. Lawrence Wyke makes that marauding run across the field. Gabby Torres had already pinched inside from his early, very, very wide position. The ball ends up on Patmar Boy's foot. Not a lot of joy coming from those sorts of moments. You can still see Rising trying to find themselves and get familiar with each other in both a young season and a new shape.
Torres going to be booked with that one as Hanya down after a bit of an errant tackle. Hanya, he's taken a couple shots this evening. Torres will be the second booking of the night.
We'll get a second look here. Gabby Torres just coming in from behind. And Yosuke Hanya, that's a clear yellow card. Unnecessary coming through the back of Hanya there from Gabby Torres.
Torres with the booking. The only other one, Julia Doratiotto. Early in the first half. Played only 45 tonight as Torres comes, plays a touch down to Wyke. Cabral chested down, nifty little play. As Varela gets it away, as Torres lets it go, but Phoenix retains possession. They switch ends. Back the other way, nice pass. Jose Andreas Hernandez trying to feed one through. They were looking for Andreas Hernandez. Reminder fans, you can't watch the match. Be sure to turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM FC 157 and a brand new Sirius XM app. Lawrence Wyke, the ball at his feet, pressing ahead. He's got Torres. Wyke going to keep it himself. Wyke, left foot, Formella, chested down, right foot, and one hop to Herrera, who covers it. Another chance for Phoenix, just not able to capitalize.
It's good work from Formella to find a sliver of space inside the box. Good composure for him as well to direct a shot towards goal. Phoenix still searching for a real clear-cut opportunity. They've controlled this game. They've dominated the run of play, but come up wanting a lot more in the final third so far in the second half. I wouldn't be surprised, Killian. I talked about Panos Armanakis coming off the bench, maybe for Gabby Torres on that right side. Now that he's got that yellow card, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Danny Stone take off one of the center backs across his really all center back four. You've controlled the game defensively. You can probably still continue to do that with just 3 of those rocks in the back. Wouldn't be surprised if we see either Mo Traore come off here in the next few minutes or Lawrence Wyke for either Juan Azokar or Edgardo Rito.
Anya back to McGee. Colorado Springs as McGee slips, able to keep possession at least for a second. Nice job by Torres to get a foot in. Quell the danger for a second. Speedy Williams. Poor touch now. Big collision as Williams ran into his own teammate Herman. And now Herman, they're going to come and take a look at him as the official with a head-to-head collision. Herman slow to get up.
Not the kind of thing you want to take any chances with. That's good on the referee. Quickly motioning over to the sideline, getting the trainer on the field.
And that one, a strong touch, knocked up into the air, and then Herman will see if it was Williams. Yeah, Williams just kind of looked like maybe an elbow right to the head of Herman. Here's that chance from Formella.
It's a good ball into the box from Lawrence Wyke. Good composure again from Darius Formella. He's been bright tonight. Rising continue to knock.
Herman came off for only a second, got the okay from the physio on his back out on the pitch, so back to the full 11 for Colorado Springs.
As the second half wears on, we're seeing Lawrence Wyke be more aggressive with his positioning as well. Oftentimes we're seeing Mo Traore push up further on that left side than we saw at least often in the first half. You can tell Rising really, really pushing for something here.
Approaching a quarter of an hour gone in this second half.
Killian, look at how high even the back two there really is, which is what it becomes in possession with John Stenberg and Patmar Boy. Patmar Boy basically at the edge of the final third. Stenberg almost in that same area, now pushing forward himself.
White, right foot, looked for Cabral, too high. Cabral's one of the bigger guys out there on the pitch at 6 foot, but he might have had to be like 9 feet tall to get to that one.
Yeah, and we're seeing now a couple of subs coming on the field for Colorado Springs Switchbacks. The one I've got my eye on most closely, as you look at Henriquez there, is Ronaldo Damas. Number 9 for them, on loan from Sweden. One of the success stories in terms of a transfer in the USL Championship. Good seasons, San Diego, good year in Orange County, goes over to Sweden, now back in American soccer. He's been their starting number 9 so far this season. Not on the score sheet, dropped from the starting 11 tonight, but someone with a little more speed, a little more physicality, sharp off-ball movement as well to punish Phoenix Rising as they push numbers forward in a way that Juan Tejada just hasn't done so far through the 9 spot tonight.
So Damas, mentioned the Haitian international, 32 career goals at the USL level. He had 15 a year ago for San Diego, which was good for 7th in the league. So Damas comes on. He had started the previous 4 matches, getting them off the bench here tonight. Torres looks for somewhere to go. High cross into the air, and that one almost an accidental attempt as Formella just kind of ran through that ball.
It's a great bit of box crashing from Darius Formella. Clearly more engaged off the ball in the second half than he was to start the game. Still sort of just a hopeful cross towards the back post from Gabby Torres. It's good work nonetheless from Formella to crash and get something on it. For the Switchbacks now, we are seeing Ronaldo Damas up top as that lone number 9. Juan Tejada has dropped off to the left side. He'll be in that left half space. Colorado will be more dangerous now in transition than they were just a couple of minutes ago.
Cabral slipped, and he's frustrated. He thought he had a chance to try and break away. There's Enriquez getting his first touch of the evening. Native of El Salvador. He's made 43 caps. El Salvadorian national team. As Damas falls down on that one at the edge of the 18.
And these subs will make Colorado Springs more dangerous going forward. On the flip side, they might provide another opportunity or two for Phoenix Rising to attack space in behind. James Chambers sort of signaling with these subs that, hey, we're going for it a little bit to close out the last 30 minutes or so of this game. No response in terms of substitutions from Danny Stone just yet, but there might be a little more space in the attacking half for Phoenix.
He's going right back to it as Cabral drew that foul. Mike, as we still search for the first goal. Troya right back to the middle. Fede Varela. Varela, right-footed shot, pushed away, but not out of danger yet. Cabral, back heel, and it won't matter as the flag's up.
Remy Cabral looks like in an offside position. Yet another strike from long range from Phoenix Rising and Fede Varela. Christian Herrera punches this one away, sort of parries it off to his right. A glimmer of hope there for Phoenix, but the flag comes up.
Williams. Pass intercepted by Jose Andres Hernandez. A little shove from behind from Hanya. Might have taken some exception to that. Formella. Beautiful touchdown to himself. Formella into the box. Left foot up high. And out. It'll be a corner.
And those are the kind of purposeful, driven moments from Phoenix Rising that we've missed tonight. It's a great pass off the right foot of Renzo Zambrano over to Darius Formella. Killian, you rightly called out that excellent cushioned first touch from Formella in the left half space. Drives in the box, tests Herrera. The shot from a slightly better area and a better bit of play from Phoenix. More purposeful, more intentional driving into the box.
Got a Carvana corner kick. Carvana will drive you happy first of the second half for the hosts. The train rumbling right behind. Crossed in. Akwe heads it up. Formella gonna chase it down on the edge of the 18. Good turn from Formella. Low cross and headed right back out. It'll be a corner on the far side.
Sometimes, Killian, when you're not finding the looks you want in open play, set pieces can be the differentiating factor. Phoenix has not had a lot of joy on these dead ball moments tonight, but they've got height, they've got talent in the box to head that one towards frame. John Stenberg lurking at the back of this mob of bodies for Phoenix.
Stenberg, the man at the very back, as you said. See what they can drum up here. Cross sent in, pop Marboy near post, but punched out. And now a whistle and a collision as Marboy ran right into Herrera. They'll send that ball all the way back down the pitch.
Fede Varela with that right-footed in-swinger. It's a solid delivery. Pop Marboy crashing. A little too much contact with the goalkeeper.
As Marboy, it looked like Stenberg as well, who's getting involved in that one. See a little more life down in that dugout for the home team in Phoenix. So don't be surprised to see potentially a few substitutions anytime now for Danny Stone. Throw and toss down. Back heel, trying to play something. As Williams has to play this one back towards the middle. Zandy over the top. Flag stays down at least for a brief moment before far side AR sets it up.
Looking down on the near side, Panos Armanakis, Erickson Gallardo getting ready to enter this game. Panos with that left foot will try to ignite some attacking play from Rising. Gallardo, a more direct, a little bit more of a vertical option, Killian, than we've seen on the wings tonight between Gabby Torres and Darius Formella. These two getting ready to check in a moment.
You have to imagine Armanakis, the way his style and the way he plays, he's kind of been salivating down there in the dugout, wanting to get into this one.
Yeah, there's been space. There's been opportunities for Phoenix. The tempo has been all right for this Rising team in possession. They've moved the ball fairly well from one side to the other. They've had looks. It's just been a little rushed, whether it's been the last shot from distance or those deliveries into the box. Not enough consistency in those moments for Phoenix. And if there's one thing that Panos Armanakis brings, it is consistency when the ball is on that left peg.
Good run there by Andreas Hernandez. Kind of ran right into a wall, though. Nowhere for him to go. Traore, long pattern will be out for a throw as we'll wait just a moment longer, it looks like. No, they will be making the substitution. So Gabby Torres will be coming off. Erickson Gallardo will come on for Torres on that right side. As a round of applause for Gabby Torres. And now Panos Armanakis will be that second change. And Fede Varela with a man coming off for Armanakis.
I like those changes from Danny Stone. Clearly imagine pulling Panos Armanakis off the bench for a moment like this. Gallardo can give you a little bit more, Killian, of what we just saw with Darius Formella on the left side, who's been sharp tonight. He's been one of the brighter spots for Phoenix. Someone who's going to be a little more direct. Now on the right side, opposite Formella. These guys will help Phoenix target those half spaces, look for cutbacks on the outside of the box.
Gallardo with his first touch. A little 1-2 play between the two. Gallardo with the fresh legs. Right-footed cross, but he was off balance. Couldn't find it in there. Formella was the man trying to make a run.
But the difference in those moments, Killian, of all of a sudden, Panos is on the ball with that left foot, playing Gallardo through and behind. Now instead of attacking a set Colorado Springs defense, you're attacking a scrambling one. The serve is not quite there from Gallardo, though.
Damas nicely done to hold on to possession and keep an opportunity alive for Colorado Springs. Williams. Tejada, who's dropped back a little more after we've seen the entrance of Damas. A poor pass leads to a throw-in for Phoenix. Reminder, fans, the USL Championship is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long now. Catch live matches and expert analysis every single day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Here's White with the ball, goes to Armanakis. Jose Andres Hernandez in the middle. Cabral, beautiful ball movement. Armanakis, left foot. Bit of an awkward one. I think Armanakis wasn't really sure what he wanted to do with that ball, but nice run by Zambrano to keep possession. On down low. Cabral back behind, extra touch, pass in, and just out of reach, but it won't matter. As Armanakis tried to come and clean it up, there were bodies all over the 18, but it will be a corner.
Quick combination play in the final third from Phoenix Rising. The tempo has risen of this game after the subs from Danny Stone. That's a great ball from Jose Andres Hernandez. It falls on the left side of the box there. Phoenix just can't quite direct it on frame.
Armanakis will be the man to take this after replacing Varela. Another Carvana corner kick. Off the left boot. Formella tries to volley, low driven, and back of the net. And guess who? It's the captain, John Stenberg.
John Stenberg scored for Phoenix Rising in the USL Championship final away to the Charleston Battery. Just his second start of the year for Phoenix in 2024. Coming up big on a set piece. John Stenberg's ability to read the flight of the ball, to read the rebounds, read the loose balls inside the 18. It's a great crashing effort from Phoenix Rising's captain. 1-0.
That's one you gotta feel Stenberg's been waiting a while to get one back, and of course he did it right in front of that home crowd, the Banditos. Finally something to cheer about for this hometown crowd.
What do we talk about, Killian, when you're not quite finding that edge in open play? Look for opportunities on set pieces. It's a good ball into the box from Panos Armanakis. Formella does well on the initial service. Stenberg just so sharp to clean that up inside the box.
And now a little coming together. That's a goal, and now still some pushing and shoving. Jose Andres Hernandez right in the middle of it. The goal scorer, Stenberg. But you just got the feeling that goal has been a long time coming tonight for Phoenix.
It really does feel that way, Killian. A lot of one-way traffic in the first half, the exact same in the second half. A couple of subs from Danny Stone, continuing to put Phoenix's foot on the gas. This Rising team now with a bit of relief, a little bit of wiggle room. Still important to keep focus, especially on these sorts of dead ball moments.
So now Colorado Springs will feel the pressure to try and find an equalizer. They've only scored one goal this season. Have to try and find something here in the final 20 or so minutes. Akwe headed up high. Damas was looking for it. And now Jose Andres knocked back in. Damas tried to get it back to him again, but cleared away. Cabral tried to sneak in behind.
That's good last-ditch defending from Duke Lacroix. Last man back, knowing the speed that Remy Cabral has. That's a heads-up play. Now the question for Rising is how can they continue to use the possession that they have to find meaningful chances? The difference after Panos Armanakis and Erickson Gallardo come on is massive for this team.
Cabral in behind, sets it down himself, right-footed shot, low one. But making the save is Herrera pounced on that one. Tries to send play right back out. Williams at midfield, play back to Akwe.
Colorado Springs now feeling a bit of pressure to get their foot on the ball, to push numbers forward, to try to find Ronaldo Damas as that dropping number 9.
Williams finally seeing a bit of sustained pressure, at least for a moment. That one crossed in towards the back post. Hanya leaps up, but Wyke did a nice job to defend that ball.
That's good defending from Lawrence Wyke. Killian, a little bit of indecision from Rocco Rios Novo on the initial cross.
Wyke might have taken a little bit of a knock on the back of the head from Damas. Wyke's been physical all night. Damas trying to give a little bit of it back to him. That's a smart move from a player like Wyke. We've seen he's been a fiery character on this back line, which is something you gotta love from him. That's a moment where maybe a little earlier in the season, Wyke maybe would have turned around and sent something back.
Yeah, this comes with maturity, comes with getting comfortable in your environment. Still a little bit of a strike with that left arm from Lawrence Wyke. Ultimately, it goes Phoenix's way.
There's Novo. Quick touch. Can't open up some space down the pitch. Long pass in as Akwe gets ahead to it. Jose Andres Hernandez. Phoenix with some numbers moving forward. Gallardo to Armanakis. Now Damas does a nice job to come in from behind and steal possession away.
Look at that hunting and defensive transition from Phoenix Rising. That is absolutely fantastic counter pressure from the right side for Phoenix. Renzo Zambrano coming in to finish off that play. Give Rising a chance to reset.
Two bounces on that throw in. Tejada stolen away. Another nice job defensively by Wyke. Connecting play as the ball high up in the night. Quarter of an hour left. Here in a 1-0 Phoenix lead. Thanks to the goal off the foot of the captain, John Stenberg. Cabral chests it up, trying to shoulder, and now Cabral will take a little tumble and draw a whistle, much to the chagrin of Matthew Mahoney.
That's excellent hold-up play from Remy Cabral. Takes me back to a few moments earlier this season, Killian. Phoenix Rising's 1-0 loss away to Monterey Bay last month. Their first road game of the season, Remy Cabral started that game up top and was isolated in that match. Rising tried to find him with a few of those kinds of long balls, and he couldn't settle. And tonight we're seeing a much more confident, a much more physical, and a much sharper version of Remy Cabral up top.
Nicely done to get around. Long shot in, might have taken a deflection. No, it didn't. It's out for a goal kick.
Mo Traore trying to push up that left side. He's not found a ton of joy with his distribution, pushing high and wide as a left-sided fullback. It's a role he's maybe trying to relearn a little bit in this game and in the build-up to this match against Colorado Springs.
Had a few opportunities in the first half, but they've certainly keyed in on him in this second. Long swing pass here to the near side, Hanya. Hanya kind of overran that ball, and he has to play it back to Lacroix.
Wyke's had the better of that matchup all night. Hanya not a ton of speed, coming as the wide player on the left side for Wyke. Draws a nice foul there, Hanya.
Playing it quickly, trying to get in behind Damas, but nicely done. Pakmar boy chased back, and it will be a Carvana corner kick for Colorado Springs.
It's a savvy piece of defensive play from Pakmar boy. Ronaldo Damas threatening in behind. This is a player who's been one of the better number 9s in the USL Championship over the last couple of seasons. Potmar boy stands in strong.
The lone goal Colorado Springs has scored this year came on a set piece. They got a corner late in this match trying to find an equalizer. Official having a conversation with Akwe and Traore there, and a hug and a smile between the two. High cross looking back post, and that one no danger whatsoever.
It's been that kind of night for the Switchbacks. Still just the one shot. It was the McGee effort in the first half. Not a lot of joy for them in the attacking half of the field.
Aiden Roca coming on, as well as Alex Anderson. Tejada comes off after a long night, as well as Zachary Zandy trying to get a little more attacking presence up top, some fresh legs for Colorado Springs.
And a change in shape from James Chambers as well. Looks like defensively, at least, the Switchbacks in a 4-4-2 shape now, instituting some high pressure.
Up, Armanakis pestered from behind, loses possession. This is done by Speedy Williams. Roca with his first touches of the night. Roca from Brookville, Maryland. 36 matches across all competitions a year ago.
If you're Phoenix, you don't love this defensive posture that you find yourself in right now. You've controlled the game with the ball. As this match continues to wear on, there's no reason to find yourself sitting back all that deep, all that often, giving Colorado Springs some signs of life.
Mahoney, low driven cross, chested up and away. Trying to start a counter now. Armanakis laid ahead. Beautiful ball for Gallardo. Gallardo 2-on-2. He's got Cabral across. Looking for Cabral. Chest down. Right foot deflected. But Cabral just couldn't get enough of it.
What a ball that is to spring that sequence of Panos Armanakis.
Right back the other way, LaCroix. Now Hanya right foot. Took a deflection. White got a foot in. Now Armanakis taken down from behind. But Renzo Zambrano right back to him. Fast and furious the last 60 seconds. Formella working his way ahead, tries to get around. Nicely done to shoulder off the Okoa Santos. A whistle and a foul on Phoenix. Are you okay? I just want to make sure that a lot just happened there.
That's an unreal ball from Armanakis to spring Gallardo on the right side. Gallardo waits a little too long with that initial service, but it falls to Remy Cabral anyway. Cabral just can't quite make clean contact.
It's almost as if Cabral you kind of see it in some other sports where you're allowed to use your hands, just kind of handcuffed himself with that one.
Yeah. Hasn't had a lot of those opportunities to attack, though, on the weak side of the box tonight. The service has been slow to arrive and not all that accurate for the most part of this match.
Anderson, low one that Rios Novo kind of settles down on top of. Reminder fans, eFootball 2024 is here. You can live your dream and rep your team. Now play as your favorite USL Championship club. Remember, eFootball is free to play. Download it now. If you have downloaded, start it right now. You can replay this match a little bit later on.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Cabral, nice one touch. Down the middle of Jose Andreas Hernandez. One of the second half subs. Marboy, low pass intercepted, but White steps up, takes that one away from Hanya. Sent all the way to the far side. Formella, right foot, crossed down, but deflected. Nicely done by Santos once again. He's been good on that far side.
He's gotten the better of Formella in the last couple of meetings between those two. You can see Renzo Zambrano crashing at the box. They're the edge of the box. Formella just doesn't find him.
Our boy hangs on against Anderson. Armanakis, soft touch, approaching 85 minutes played. Phoenix with that 1-0 lead thanks to the 71st minute goal from John Stenberg. Trying to hold on and pick up a well-deserved 3 points tonight, but Colorado Springs not going away easily.
That's great work from Gallardo. Holding off the larger Matt Mahoney, starting to transition attack.
Armanakis, if he can find it to him, and he laid off, and Armanakis frustrated. He wanted that ball. Cabral, though, gets it back over to Formella. A missed opportunity there as Armanakis was all alone.
He's been so sharp. Panos looking for space off the ball tonight, roaming mostly on this right side so he can get it on his left.
There is Armanakis. Phoenix content. Play the ball around to use up some of this clock. Rios Novo looking for Formella. Formella tugged down from behind.
Formella getting a win in that battle with Koa Santos, the former Loudoun United fullback. Good physical play from Formella.
There's Stevie Echevarria coming on. And remember, Rising fans, the reigning USL champs, those Pittsburgh Riverhounds, next week on April 20th. Come cheer them to victory at their beautiful stadium here in Central Phoenix. Be here for every pass, every stop, every goal, and every win. Starting at just $15 a seat. There's a place for everyone. Get your tickets at phxrisingfc.com. We are Phoenix Rising. Todos Rojos. As into the match for the first time, and a good thing to see if you're Phoenix Rising. There's Ale Fuenmayor.
Back from injury. Nothing serious for Fuenmayor. Danny Stones had the luxury of easing him back right when you've got so many other center backs performing at a high level. There's no reason to bring someone even as talented as Ale Fuenmayor. Good right-footed player. Can conduct some line-breaking passes from the back line. We're seeing him on the left side of the defense right now for Phoenix.
Good opportunity being up 1-0. Get him a couple minutes of game action. Work that fitness back in, at least for a few. Nice touch. Very nicely done there by Enriquez. One back, Anderson. Anderson slide tackle in, and that's going to be a penalty, it looks like. No, he pointed to the spot for a brief moment. A holding of the breath, and now a yellow comes in.
We got to look at it on the replay. Anderson goes down. Stenberg approaches on the right side of the box for Phoenix. Get another look here. Looks like Anderson drags that left foot. Goes down looking for contact. Understandable in that situation, trailing 1-0. I think the referee gets it right.
That was when at least that first movement from the referee pointed in the direction of the penalty spot. Ended up changing it, a booking for Anderson, and a collective sigh of relief for Phoenix Rising.
Right now for Phoenix, Killen, who spent a lot of time this season talking about how many quality center backs are in this team. The 5 players really at the top of that depth chart, all on the field right now for Phoenix Rising. A back 3, Lawrence Wyke right wing back, Mo Traore at left wing back.
Thomas tries to back heel. as you feel a little bit of desperation from Colorado Springs as they're searching for an equalizer.
Rising have shifted now. Not that they're not pushing for a second goal, but they're okay to take a little longer on some of those restarts. Let the clock tick here in the 90th minute. That's a great ball from Jose Andres Hernandez. Maybe he had his best performance of the season coming off the bench for the second half.
For a long one in as Cabral gets up in the face of Herrera.
Rising now truly have shifted to a back five in defense. This is a look we've seen a lot this season, just not with the personnel we've seen it with so far in 2024. All five of those central defenders across the back line.
Here's Roca. Now Williams. 4 added minutes. This one crossed in, looking for Damas, couldn't get it there. As Fuenmayor heads it out, but not away from danger just yet. The ball, that one's threaded right up that far touchline. Cabral stolen away on the interception. Cabral one-on-one shot to try and put it away tonight. Cabral right foot chipped over the top of goal, tried to get a little too fancy.
It's a big missed opportunity from Remy Cabral. Good defensive work to take advantage of this misplay from Colorado Springs. Breaks down the right side. Cabral just waits a little too long, lets the ball drag him a little too far to that right side. Makes the angle a difficult one.
Damas taken away in from behind, and now tugging and pulling and a booking. And it will be a free kick in a dangerous location.
It's not an ideal situation for Phoenix. It is a smart yellow card from Jose Andres Hernandez after he just can't get the better of Damas on that one. Holds onto the arm. Potmar Boy gets involved there as well. A big opportunity coming here for Colorado Springs.
Looks like everybody coming up, including Christian Herrera. Herrera at least came up, had a quick word to say, and then he'll trot on back. I don't know why you wouldn't want to get him involved at 6'7". Biggest man out on the pitch right now.
Feels like this is the time for Colorado Springs, Herrera or not. Just one shot so far tonight. You'd have to imagine the seconds coming on this sequence.
See Armanakis laying down, trying to avoid a low-driven shot underneath the wall. No, Armanakis is not injured. He's fine.
He's just fine. We see this around the world. Underneath that wall, the wall for Phoenix likely to jump on this sequence. Armanakis closing down the angle on the floor.
So it's Enriquez standing just off of the left, Speedy Williams. Enriquez, the one to take it right into the jumping wall. Tries again with the left foot, deflected twice.
Just solid defending from Phoenix Rising as they try to close out this game.
Armanakis bringing it right up. Still nobody can stop him. Armanakis with the ball at his feet. Left foot, can it get through? He's just too far away from Cabral.
That's the second time tonight we've seen Panos Armanakis try to play that outside of the left foot ball. Maybe better served by a right-footed effort there towards the weak side. Colorado Springs with a little time left.
Enriquez now weaves his way around Armanakis. Back to Williams. Played through. Damas with his back to goal, turns, crossed in towards the back and diving away to clear it. Potmar Boy, but not out of danger. The hometown crowd holding their breath, trying to get through the final 30 or so seconds tonight. Now a knockdown, a turn, tug the back of the jersey. Still not clear. Colorado Springs. Set up, headed down. Thomas in the back and finds the back of net, but no goal. Might be the biggest cheer of the night from Phoenix Rising as the flag came up.
Stunned faces on both sides of this matchup, Killian. A heart-in-mouth moment for Phoenix Rising. Not able to get fully clear. Damas certainly looks like he's in an offside position when that header across on the right side is played into him. We'll get another look here. John Stenberg with his right arm up, waiting for that offside flag to come, and it does. That's the right call.
Mahoney was the one that put it past Rios Novo, as James Chambers watches as Edgardo Rizzo will check in for his 100th career USL appearance. As Rios Novo puts his right boot through it. Let a few more moments wind off, and Pop Marboy a little too aggressive. Colorado Springs looks like they're going to get one last chance.
And now Herrera will come forward to take this free kick. You'd have to imagine numbers going to stream in the box for the Switchbacks on this set piece.
Herrera sent in towards the 18, headed up, and that will do it. A well-deserved 3 points from the defending champions and a 1-0 victory over Colorado Springs.
A nice outing from Phoenix Rising tonight, taking care of business at home against a struggling Colorado Springs side. A sharp second half performance to get them over the line after controlling play in the first 45.
Colorado Springs not happy with that late offsides call that wiped away what would have been the equalizer in the 94th. But it is the match. It's all hugs and high fives for the home dugout as Danny Stone's side picks up their second victory on the year. 2-2-1. Now 7 points on the year for Phoenix Rising. And now 0-5-0 for the still winless Colorado Springs Switchbacks. A 1-0 victory for Phoenix Rising. We got one more break. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Your health shouldn't depend on where you live, which language you speak, or the size of your paycheck. Everyone deserves access to high-quality care for a healthy life. At Equality Health, we partner with primary care providers to break down barriers to care and build healthy communities. Better health for all, the real game-winning goal. Equality Health is the season-presenting sponsor of the Phoenix Rising and proud sponsor of the Rising Community Soccer Clinics.
Well, it's finally happening. The robots. They're coming.
Hi, Amory.
Maybe that's a good thing.
She said what? She said, what? I was ready like a full 20 minutes before you. What are you talking about?
It drives better than you do, babe.
He does. Bye, robot.
Billy, I need help with the clicker.
Yeah, wait, 1 second, Grandma. This guy's gonna buy my car. Okay, just...
You need Carvana. What's your plate number?
Boss, M-O-V.
Vehicle features, no accidents, right?
No.
Good. Generating offer. Carvana can pick it up tomorrow.
That's an amazing offer. Do you still need help with the clicker?
I'll ask your sister.
Sell your car the easy way with Carvana.
Back in. Smiles from the hometown crowd after a deep sigh of relief. A 1-0 victory for Phoenix Rising over Colorado Springs. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry back to kind of wrap things up for you here tonight. A well-deserved 3 points for Danny Stone's side in Phoenix Rising. It was chances galore for Phoenix, really all match long, but especially here in the second half too.
22 shots for Phoenix Rising tonight, just one for Colorado Springs. A lot of those long distance efforts that you're seeing on your screen right now. Christian Herrera with some success. We saw this right-footed effort from Remy Cabral in the first half. The second half, though, Killian, is where things started to get going for Phoenix Rising. You see Formella chesting the ball down, taking care of business there nearly with that right foot. And then, of course, the goal sequence for Phoenix.
John Stenberg, the captain, come back from injury. And really, Panos Armanakis and Erickson Gallardo off the bench tonight, big catalysts.
Yeah, they changed the whole dynamic of the game. Panos Armanakis, obviously, with that initial corner kick to Formella on the goal sequence. But Gallardo also dynamic and direct on that right side. A nice pair of subs in the second half from Danny Stone.
Yeah, celebrations from the captain, a little salute from John Stenberg in that 71st minute. But the fans, they had some chances to try and put it away, but they had to hold their breath down to the very last moment. Colorado Springs thought they had a goal to tie this thing up in the 94th, but the offside flag came up.
Yeah, pushing numbers forward for Colorado Springs. 5 center backs on the field for Phoenix Rising. Matt Mahoney thinks he scored. Looks over at the assistant referee. You see the flag and the arm come up. Mahoney in an offside position. It's the right call from the refereeing crew.
See the build-up to this play. This was, as we said, right at the dying moments of this match. That flag on the far side coming up. John Stenberg knew it the whole time. No big deal for the captain. Final stats for you. Pretty dominating in terms of the numbers.
Yeah, Phoenix Rising with the edge. We mentioned it the second half where things really started to turn to gold for Phoenix, taking advantage of set-piece opportunities. Colorado Springs, for their part, continue to struggle. Just 1 goal through 5 games, the only team in the USL Championship still without a point in 2024.
Yeah, 0-5-0 for Colorado Springs. Phoenix Rising now 2-2-1 with 7 points, trying to move their way back up in the defending champions. So, Joe, kind of the wrap-up thoughts from this one is Phoenix now turns their attention towards Pittsburgh in a week.
It's a big 3 points. It's a chance to start some momentum for you as you have a Pittsburgh team coming into town next weekend. Also a win for Danny Stone in that tactical shift. We see a 4-2-3-1 for the first time from the jump all season. It's been a lot of back 3 for Phoenix Rising so far this year. The back 4, I thought, had a lot of nice looks, especially on the defensive end. These center backs and the outside center backs and Lawrence Wyke and Mo Traore do a really good job of controlling space for Phoenix in defensive transition and defending on the outside of that block in the back 4. I would not be surprised at all, Killian, if we see the 4-2-3-1 again from the start next weekend against the Riverhounds.
Well, the home fans get to go home happy tonight in Phoenix following this 1-0 victory. Want to appreciate you for joining us tonight on a beautiful Saturday night in Phoenix. For my partner, Joe Lowry, my name is Killian McClatchy. Huge thanks to our entire crew here and back at the Bitfire Studios. A 1-0 Phoenix Rising win. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. We'll be right back here a week from now as Phoenix takes on Pittsburgh.